just got on YouTube. This is Acid Root. So I'm gonna review the second album by rap group Onyx. Basically, this product is called All We Got Is Us, and it came out in the fall of 1995. Nothing in particular fair about it. This is a rap group that Sticky Fingers is a part of within these pitches. This is a request by Rush On as far as these fairs going to happen. So it's within the pitch as far as saying I want to get to some more of these type fairs within the aspect of it. Particularly Sticky Fingers had a hit album which I reviewed, which came out in 2001. Some pitches like that, some of those particular type fairs. I think it was called like the autobiography. I purchased that particular album recently within those pitches, or actually a few months ago within those pitches. But the particular format about it is within these fairs about it, just within the pitch behind it. This is a pretty excellent classic type album, definitely thriving within the aspect of what was going on with New York hip hop and pitches like that around this time. Has some definite odes and similar vibes to prime New York rap with some of those type hit albums like Enter the 36 Chambers by Wutang, Illmatic by Nas. Enter the 36 Chambers by Wutang, Illmatic by Nas, and Pieces and Bits and Pieces. Not as full bound, but within relative type sense of vibes of Notorious B.I.G. from at least 94, 95. So pitches like that within those ordeals. Definitely kind of a further type product. Like when you think of folks like Coolio and Warren G and folks like that, and Brother Lynch Hung, some of these type folks that kind of were extra additions like G-Funk type sound back in 94, 95 with West Coast. This is the particular type fair of further offshoots within that product of things to pick up within the relative. Maybe not, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be full bound primary within pitch, but it seems more or less like to kind of be like the secondary type sense of things to go for, kind of like Exhibit when you fuck with like Eminem and Dr. Dre, some of those type folks, kind of the pitch. The only reason why I would say that within those pitches is just because the singles on this particular album only charted like a certain extent, but this is definitely within the variety of having the armament and just being able to say it's pretty strengthy within the aspect like the quality on here. Out of 11 songs, recommend all 11 on this album, so another 10 out of 10 for this as far as these fairs going to happen. It's just excellent within the pitch. Now the commercial appeal about this album is kind of what I was talking about here. And kind of look up the commercial appeal about this particular album. Within the pitch, these were singles that hit like the latter half of the Billboard 100, one of which was in the bubbling under 100 singles. So it's kind of the pitch. One single hit 89 on the Billboard, one single hit 102 on the Billboard. So it's kind of within the pitch as far as saying. But it's just the product as far as getting towards it, just the after effect of. This is a classic type album, very thrilling, just kind of an off-breed of like the product of like Wu-Tang Clan, some type pitches, with this the format now. In terms of the other group members within this band or within this rap group as far as these fairs going to happen, I recognize Sticky Fingers when I hear him within these pitches. The other cats in that group would be Fredro, Star, Big DS, and Sonny Caesar. So I didn't recognize them as full bound. But it's not to say they're not quality lyricists within these appeals. In time, I'll probably, it's just the pitch as far as saying later on it's going to be the captivation and just knowing them further within the pitch. Sticky Fingers is just as crazy on this particular album as he is like when you think of his songs that he did with Eminem, and then like the songs that he did with like his 2001 album. Some of these type pitches, just his particular type kind of very spastic schizo within those aspects. But it's kind of tone. This particular album kind of has some horrorcore about it. It's just kind of pitch as far as saying it's an East Coast type album that is like I was saying, like an offshoot kind of Illmatic and Enter the 36 Chambers. But it's kind of the pitch as far as saying it kind of weaves those products. It's very much within runs. You're going to be eating Subway, some of these types of pitches, getting some of those type Quiznos type things, pitches like that, just red eyes as hell, pitches like that, hotel lobbies, some of these type weavings, pawn shops. It's that particular type of ordeal of NY type fair within those aspects. It's kind of the tone of just having that particular socialized, very neighborhood within a sense, and just out in the commute of it. There's even a couple makeshift songs on here similar to like Nas and like the Life's a Bitch and It Ain't Hard to Tell type days, pitches like that. So very much a treat for further type sets within that sound. But yeah, I look after here. There were two singles off this product. One was Live Niggas. The other one was Last Days. So like I said, recommend all the songs off this album. It's a simple 10 out of 10. But so Live Niggas is an excellent song. It's like a drooping, very similar dope Illmatic kind of further hat. Live Niggas like a drooping, very similar to like some dope Illmatic. Live Niggas is like a drooping, very similar to like some dope Illmatic kind of vibes, pitches like that. Just further kind of halftime, kind of hotbox type vibes, some of those type fairs within the aspect. It's a great song to blaze up to. So within the pitch behind it, talking about the song Halftime by Nas, just that very excellent type aspect of discs where it is halftime type particulars when you think of like game halftime, some of those type pitches where you're going to be just going out to the whip, getting some tokage going, some of those type fairs. It's kind of product, as excellent as Halftime kind of was by Nas, just questioning how many full bound songs are kind of within that variety as far as doing that kind of makes it more within open type placement and getting further type aspects within that particular fair bus. That's definitely necessary. I definitely appreciate that product, getting further type, definitely good type product to get some of these type ones, just classic classic New York kind of fashion and just smoking in the whip, some of those type fairs, and just other pitches like that for like the wiling out with your pals, some of those type products within Red Eyes type fair. Just definitely snacks nearby, pitches like that. Just great song, blaze up, some of those type products. Wutang has plenty of these songs. Old Dirty Bastard definitely does on Return to the 36 Chambers. Just plenty of pitches like that. Some of these type albums within those pitches within it. Biggie on like his Biggie on some of his house party type vibes, some of those type pitches. Songs like Get Money with Lil Kim, some of those type pitches. But songs like that, excellent type pitches. Last Days is a quality one as well. And this one was a part of the 8. Wikipedia says that Last Days was in the 8 Mile movie as far as what's going to have excellent type pitches. So Last Days is a pretty excellent one. There's like a windy and biting kind of city treks kind of get here within the products of it. Just grab like a subway sub, some pitches like that. Just kind of politic nearby with folks, just with an aspect behind it. Kind of amidst like the city bustle of it. Just kind of a good song to plot to. So just kind of pitch as far as saying just getting towards the aspect of just figuring out the next modes and moods as far as those pitches kind of happen. Just kind of within the aspect of not so much like a full bound kind of grind song within the pitch, it just more typical kind of just grease type fashion, but just kind of with the aspect of just getting some things done. More like the way rock albums would kind of do neighborhood type fashions of just target runs and standard errands within songs type pitches, but just more in an NY type format with just more kind of Max Payne type style just within the pitch. It's like that typical kind of NY kind of grit songs type fair, just within a more city type sense. So it just kind of has that particular appeal about it. Easily kind of pick up like some good nearby food pitches like that. Obviously, now it's obviously thinking of places like Quiznos, Subway, some of those type places, other aspects like that, standard folks, nearby Arby's, some of those type pitches. So this excellent within the ordeal, but this excellent Last Days is kind of in a gas type song more within the horrorcore type format. So it's kind of the pitch that there are some moments like this on here within those particular products, but just some city weaving pitches like that. It's kind of more bustled, but good type product. So yeah, all of these songs recommendable within these pitches. Easy kind of classic that this is more low key within a sense in terms of like the fair it picked up. But yeah, there are some skits on this album within these pitches behind it. Now it appeared like one of which was Maintain that particularly had an instrumental towards it. I'm not going to review the skits, but I would have to say if they are pretty excellent, I would see them. It seems like if I recommend all 11 songs, that if the skits kind of had like some instrumental type fare and just had some extra products of the hauntiness kind of within a city flavor, those would probably be excellent as well. So I'd probably say that's a good, excellent step in the right direction within those pitches. But one particular excellent song that's almost like a skit song, but kind of within the pitches has a short snippet of one as far as this fair's going to happen is Punk Motherfuckers. Just like a glare kind of lobby in between fair, I'd say, within the aspects of it. Just hella smokes about this song. Some sniggering pitches like that. It's kind of red eye. It's like some good Red Eyes kind of homie stat pitches like that. So this is just one of those type ones just smoking under like this real excellent type one, just smoking under like a street light, some of those type fairs just doing pitch, or just like in a stairwell nearby, some of those type places where there would be pitches like that with some of those type ordeals. It's kind of in between weaving. It's kind of product of typical kind of city grime and grease as far as those fairs kind of have excellent type pitch for some of those. A lot of these do have excellent similar type vibes, like I was saying, to Enter the 36 Chambers Illmatic. Purse Snatchers is a quality one. It's like a glossy Purse Snatches, like a glossy and glassy kind of city marinating to kind of get within the aspects of it. Just feeling Swash that I'd say very similar to like Nas with some of those type songs like Halftime and some of those more drooping type ones about that album, but it's very suave within the pitch for as those aspects going to go. It's a little bit not, it kind of more or less kind of has like a Dracula and like the city fair type conduct about it. Just very vampiric within the aspect. Just kind of the tone behind it. Just some social fun as far as those fairs going to happen. So just taking something Nas would have done with Illmatic and then putting it in like a more kind of just horrorcore type sense within the tone, just something a little bit crisper and more like revered in terms of like a fear set kind of mode within those pitches as far as those tones going to happen. It's like the gas type flavor. So very much, this, yeah, I would almost say within certain senses, this is kind of like Illmatic and like the autumn more around Halloween season pitches like that. This has some of those gas type moments. There are some moments for that particular fair. Another example of that is All We Got Is Us, Evil Streets. Is like a brewing and steaming kind of similar vibe to Wutang, Protect Your Neck as far as those fairs going to happen. So the same sort of pitch, not exacting to the nature, but within the same variety, probably within the package of when you listen to songs like Protect Your Neck by Wutang, some of those type ones off Enter the 36 Chambers, just ones within those pitches within the format as far as getting towards that particular, this goes in lyrically, pitches like that. It's great Posse and hotbox type song to while out to as far as those pitches going to happen. Most Def is the quality one within these pitches as well. It's like a Lyrian morphic kind of torment to kind of get within these tones behind it. Just hell head trip about some of these type ones. Just very city flavor kind of out and around in like the late shift as far as those pairs going to happen. So this is kind of a productive type album within the pitch. You do get some stuff done kind of amidst the product. It's not so much just, I mean, there are the stuck type moments definitely within the product, but it very much has the grind of getting the bills paid. Some of these type products are just being within the aspect of not having like snafus in terms of like being hand to mouth, some of those type products within it. So very much it has like the aspect of it's not slack as far as those pairs go. It's just kind of pitch that you It kind of has that particular grease about it, but it's not. It has the grease about it, but it crosses the T's and dots the I's as far as those pitch counts. So it's excellent within those pitches as far as getting towards that. Ghetto mentality is the quality one within these pitches as well as like a nice urban grime and neighborhood extra thought to kind of get within these fairs. Just get another good nice one to get some night tasks done as far as those pitch counts. So just to miss the pitch of this particular product. Now this is very much more miss the night product. There are some songs on here like Two Wrongs and Shout, some of those type pitches that do have like the relative day type fare, but a lot of this has the particular product of this kind of being it's excellent type fare within these pitches. Another, like I said, this Illmatic kind of in the gas type sense within the product of this city type fare within the more product of like shrill typeness as far as those fares going to happen. So some of these type ones, All We Got Is Us, Evil Streets is like that. Most Staff is kind of like that, and Ghetto Mentality, some of these type pitches. But nice type fare in a makeshift type sense would be Two Wrongs, like a relative New York kind of midday sunshine kind of get within these products. By relative, it kind of has like some of that scratchiness about it, but it's just kind of tone as far as saying it's a good type product to come up for air a little bit. This reminds like Nas, It Ain't Hard to Tell, some of those type pitches, just some newspaper task pitches like that. So this kind of the fare. Getting like the typical kind of day responsibility taken care of if that product has to happen within relative type senses. But it's kind of the product as far as saying this kind of is like a graveyard shift type album within these pitches, whether it is places you would work like gas stations or hotels, so on type fares, it is the product of it. This does have a little bit of more of the day shift blue collar in there. Two Wrongs is one of those type ones. Another one like that would be Shout. This is like a bleary kind of day relief to kind of get within the aspects of some solid commerce, I'd say here, just for the trekking, just out and about, Target runs, so on type pitches, or just picking up like a decent Dr. Pepper or something like that. Just kind of smoke on the go. Some of those type products easily kind of have some smokish fare. Grab Arby's pitches like that. Just typical kind of blasé type pushing within those aspects. So Nas kind of inserted like the occasional type one within these sentences on Illmatic pitches like that. Some of those type fares easily like Life's a Bitch. Some of these type ones in the product. I would definitely kind of say Shout is pretty similar to Life's a Bitch. Some of those type fares within the pitch. Just kind of a dreary kind of 4 o'clock p.m. Just orange skies type ness. It's the glare of it as far as those pitch kind of have. Just gummy type song in terms of like the weather format. Not so much gummy in terms of the quality, but just the pitch. It is kind of a gummy day. Just really looking bleary and smooth out within those pitches. Good type fare. Bed Off Dead's a nice one on here. This is more in the horrorcore type fashion. It's like a mild kind of, so it's like a mild horrorcore with like city lights kind of advent as far as those pairs gonna happen. Just a house party rage as far as those pitches gonna happen. Just Biggie on like his party and bullshit type vibes. So it's kind of the pitch, some of those type products. Now Biggie in particular did not. He definitely should have had more moments like this particular song. And there's like a particular song I'm thinking of by Biggie. I'll look that one up. I forget what it's called, but it's on Ready to Die. He didn't get to these particular vibes as full bound, but I definitely think Party and Bullshit probably should have been on. I definitely think Party and Bullshit should have been on, like Ready to Die, but I think it's actually Friend of Mine. I think it's one of those type pitches, just that particular kind of weaving within pitches like that. There are some house party songs in Ready to Die, like The What and Friend of Mine, some of those type pitches within those formats, more in a typical type sleaze, like the Party and Bullshit type song, but it's kind of the pitch as far as saying, like, it's just some house party kind of loud pack as far as those pitches kind of happen. Just more or less like the noise factors, similar within those type fashions. Easily kind of on Old Dirty Bastard type vibes, just more in a Biggie type sense as far as those pairs would kind of happen with it. Keeps that kind of horror and a gas type flavor on top of that. Some good type fares. Walk in New York's a quality one as well as like a brooding and approaching kind of New York grease kind of get here. Just some Wutang grit and fear, I'd say, within the aspects of it as far as this pitch can happen. Really like the gas type tone about this one. Sure like the pitch. Just another one within the horror type sense. It's within the fashion. It's easily kind of some gas kind of cipher type music within the pitch. Definite nice one. Get some lyricists too, pitches like that. This would be a great song to kind of have for some of those particular type products to see on mixtapes, zones type fares. That's the particular product about. So I think I talked about every song on here as far as these fares gonna have. This album easily enough gets a 10 out of 10 within these products as far as these fares gonna have. Very underappreciated within a sense, just an excellent offshoot of like primary kind of NY albums from like the early mid 90s pitches like that. Probably between like 92, 97, some of those type pitches. Excellent within the format. This offshoot kind of breeds a new Nas, Biggie, Wutang, some of those type folks, and other type products. Old Dirty Bastards, some of those type fares within it. Just excellent hotbox type songs, city weaving, snack runs, pitches like that. Some pawn shop songs, a little bit of Subway Sub and Quiznos type day fair pitches like that, and just some commerce within the aspects as far as those tones can have. So just the pitch as far as saying, inserting some horrorcore on top of that. Just like I was saying, kind of like an Illmatic type album, just more in the gas kind of fare of just like more in a haunting type sense within those aspects, just a little bit more shrill, so those good type tones. That sums up like the social score within these pitches as well as far as these fares can have. 10 out of 10 social. But maybe I'd actually say in terms of the social score, I mean, the quality of this album is definitely a 10 out of 10. It's more the pitch that just the particular reception that it got within the fair. I just would probably say more like a 9.5 out of 10. But it's not to say like this album isn't good. The social fair is definitely good. It's great for PAL type fair, just with folks who love Illmatic and so on type ones. It's an easy kind of loud pack for further type ones to kind of have within that noise. Definitely replicates that pretty well. Not to say like it copied it, but it's the pitch. It just gives you further type varieties if you like that particular style. So it's within pitch for sense. Excellent type products. Just the fact that it doesn't have the Mammoth single. Nas on Illmatic didn't really chart that heavily around that time either, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying it's just something to notice that this didn't reach the heights that Biggie did back in 94, 95 and pitches like that. So it's just kind of the ordeal. Wutang was kind of here and there within like the relative reception as well. So it's just kind of pitch that was the particular fair about it. But I would definitely say this album's a classic. So in terms of the future, like more or less, I think that Onyx particularly broke up as far as this fair's going to happen. Now they did at least drop a good several of these within these pitches. There's another one I'm going to get to reviewing down the road as far as this pitch is going to happen. There's, as a matter of fact, there's a couple of these within these products, but it's excellent type fair, so it's easy kind of NY type grease pitches like that, some Subway type runs, some of those type products pitches like that. It's kind of the aspect of hell smoked up fair. You're usually going to be smoked up pretty good within this product. Golden eyes, red eyes, it's some of those type products. Like I was saying, it's a productive type album within some of these type pitches. So it has the aspect of being fastidious pitches like that, so and so tone. So it just nails the aspect as far as doing it. So easy kind of classic as an offshoot of further primary kind of NY hip hop.